Okay, time now to talk to the main event fighters, Nikita Tszyu and Dylan Biggs. This is for the Australian Super Welterweight title, which is currently held by Dylan Biggs, who joins us from Beaudesert in Queensland. Dylan, I'll start with you. Welcome. How are you feeling about fight week? Because plenty, including your opponent who spoke to us last night in the face-off, think that you're going to wilt under the pressure of the bright lights and everything going on.
Yeah, mate, everything's been running smoothly. Great camp, great everything. Media's not a worry. It's just cameras. I'm a fighter and I fight, and that's what I plan to do on Wednesday.
And one thing that has emerged is the debate over who's going to walk first and who's going to walk second. Traditionally, as the champion, you would be walking second and carrying your belt, but there is discussion that perhaps you'll be told to walk first. If so, what happens?
I guess we'll have to see. I'm not gonna sit here and tell everyone what's going to happen, but yeah, traditionally the champion walks second, and that's how I think it should be.
But if you are told to walk first, is there a chance that you don't walk at all?
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
I think he's telling us there's a chance. Nikita,
look,
should we cover this?
Stop being such a brat about it. Like, this is it's the promoters, it's their show. My promoters, they're the ones that are putting up the big bucks to create this event, and when you get the call to come out, you come out. Like, I don't know what's so hard about it.
I guess it's too bad I don't take instructions from Nikita Tszyu.
Sorry?
He said it's too bad I don't take instructions from Nikita Tszyu.
It's from No Limits, the promoters of the event.
Well, I guess I'm just a brat then.
Yeah, I'm asking you not to be a brat. To not tarnish
I
the
don't take
events.
instructions from you.
I'm asking you, I'm not telling you. I'm asking you to not be a brat.
I'll do what I want.
George, have we got any further on what exactly is happening with the walkouts? Because it seems to be a very sore point.
No, look, I said what I said earlier. I stand by that for now.
What was that?
I said this is the Nikita Tszyu show. This is what we're here for. We're here because Nikita is a star in Australian boxing, and he's going to fight for the Australian title on Wednesday night against the Australian champion. But he's the star of the show.
So he'll be walking second?
In my opinion, yes.
Well, I think maybe you've been told now that they want you to walk first, Dylan. Do you have any response to George? Or
Look, this conversation is honestly getting very stale at the moment. Like, do we really need to keep discussing this? Like,
well, I think we need to get a resolution.
Bland. Yeah, you listen to the person that tells you, that comes into your dressing room, it's your turn to walk, and you walk. Simple as that. It's
any
not that
final
hard,
words on this?
We'll see.
We'll see. All right.
It's just being overcomplicated for no reason. It's very unnecessary. You get the call, let's go. We're going to get into the fight no matter what. Like, you want to fight me, yeah?
Yeah.
So why don't you want to get into the ring? If you get the call to go into the ring, why wouldn't you take that?
Because I'm the champion and I deserve the respect of walking first.
Nah.
Second, sorry.
Do you feel disrespected, Dylan, by this conversation, by your name being second on the poster? Do you feel you're not being treated like an Australian champion?
Yeah, kinda. I understand partly what George Rose and that's saying, but I said in one of my earliest interviews with this fight that the belt should come before the last name, and I don't see why that should change.
This is clearly a fight that you're excited about, that means a lot to you. Why is that? What does Nikita Tszyu represent to you at this stage of your career?
Nikita Tszyu standing in the way of the next step in my career and standing in the way of everything that I've worked hard for over the past three and a half years of my professional career.
And how far do you think you go? If you beat Nikita Tszyu, what's Dylan Biggs going to become?
I could be the cringe guy and say world title and all the rest of it, but we'll see. I'll take it as far as I can take it with the cards that I've handed.
It's another storyline that we have covered, obviously, but there was a sparring session. You dropped Nikita Tszyu. There's been a lot of talk about it. Do you take any confidence from that very fact as we get so close to this actual fight?
It's getting a bit old. It's a long time ago. can't take nothing from it. Sparring session to sparring session. It's different to a fight, and it was a long time ago. We've both improved as fighters, and I don't see why it keeps getting mentioned, to be honest.
Well, I think it's because Nikita has talked to it so much and said that he's thought about it so much. He's focused on you throughout his professional career. Does that give you any sort of feeling, the fact that through his 7 fights to date, he's been thinking about you the whole time?
Yeah, it gives me a psychological edge, I believe, but yeah, he can think about me all he wants, but once we get in the ring, there's only 2 people in there, and we're just going to punch each other till someone rings the bell.
Do you think about him as much as he's thought about you?
No, definitely not.
You're not obsessed as I am. This is just a regular fight for you. The conversation that we had yesterday gave me the impression that you're treating this like every other fight. For me, this is like a life or death situation. This is what everything means to me. My life is kind of coming to a crescendo at this point. So that's what is the driving force of what I've been doing for the last 2 years with my professional career.
Yeah, the thing is, I treat every fight as seriously as I would for a world title fight, so it's no different to every other one. I train the hardest that I've ever trained every camp, and I'm always improving every camp, so it is what it is.
There was a promo released last week where Nikita's sitting with his dog drinking some milk and he throws a knife at a photo of you. What did you think about that?
I thought it was stupid and cringy. I've said this on Fox, I believe. It's already been mentioned, and that's my thoughts on it.
Why was it stupid?
I have a good-looking dog, though, don't I? Do you like my dog?
Yeah, your dog's cute. I don't think
okay.
Lucifer's
My dog's
a
not
great
stupid,
name.
though, yeah?
But
It's just me that's stupid.
what?
It's just me that's stupid, not the dog, yeah?
Yeah, the premise of the whole video.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have agreed to be part of something like that?
No, definitely not.
As he said yesterday, he'd be happy to do just a generic, bland boxing video as a promotional thing. Just not willing to do anything that that TV would want to hype up for the fight. Just quoting.
Dylan, I'll go back to Nikita in a minute, but anything further that you want to say? We've covered some of the storylines, but I know there's a lot of motivation and a lot of feeling in this fight. Anything further you want to say to your fans and those watching who are excited by this fight?
Yeah, I hope to put on a great show for everyone, and I hope everyone watches and they get the best performance that I can put on. Yeah, time for talking's over. It's fight time, so I'm done talking.
And what's going to happen in the fight, Dylan? The way you see it, how does this finish?
It's an exciting one for the fans. We both have knockout power. I know I've got knockout power in both hands, and it's one you don't want to blink on because the fight will get stopped at any moment.
And there's just one other thing. You did mention that you had concerns about the judging in Newcastle. Are those concerns that you still possess, that you think it would be very difficult for you to get a decision in Newcastle?
Yeah, look, mate, I still stand by that, but I don't think this fight's making a decision, to be honest. I don't think that'll even be a factor that we need to worry about.
Let's head over to the challenger in this fight, Nikita Tszyu. Nikita, how do you feel about that storyline, the idea that the judges are on your side and that someone needs to stop someone for this to be fair?
I agree. The fight shouldn't go to the judges. So like my dad used to always tell me as well, if you want to have complete control of a fight, don't let it go to the judges.
And has that been your intention since that sparring session that you've thought about so much, is to have a fight with Dylan and to stop him in that fight?
It's never been to just stop him, it's just been to have that victory. To be able to stand over his body.
And why does that mean so much to you?
It's just the driving force for me. It's like a pivotal moment for me in my career, and this is like my make it or break it moment.
This means more than any of the others, is that fair to say?
Yeah, without a doubt. Dylan talks about how every single fight has the same kind of caliber or same kind of intensity or same kind of intention, but I think different fights vary. There's more emotion that comes with some other fights. There's variety to your opponents. Sometimes there's a little bit more hatred, sometimes a little bit more love. And for me, this fight is the biggest of them all. This is where everything kind of comes together, and this is where the biggest weight is involved, the biggest set of pressures involved. And honestly, I've always thought this, but the greatest challenges, they bring out the best in you. And Dylan's easily the toughest opponent that I've had to face, and he's going to bring out the best in me.
These will probably be the final words that you say to Dylan Biggs before we head to the ring on Wednesday night. We'll weigh in tomorrow, of course, but what's the last thing you'd like to say to Dylan after all the talking that's gone on, both in person and via the media over the last few weeks?
Enjoy the moment.
Enjoy the moment. We will indeed. Let's face off these two fighters, Nikita Tszyu and Dylan Biggs, up here at the top table.